Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back for week two of the Building the Business from Zero School. Trying to make sure you got everything accomplished last week. So I'm going to do a little bit of a refresher from last week, and then we'll get started on today's lesson plan. It's not that long, so let's get to the theme music and come right back and get to work. All right, so man, still digging that theme music. So here we go. Today's lesson plan is pretty straightforward. I'll be looking down back and forth because I got a little bit of reading to do today. But week two on your course outline, it starts with the discussion on relationships. So I make the statement: relationships are built on exchanges. Business is built on relationships. The currency can be either monetary or personal. Both have equal value. What I talk about in regard to that is you go back to the book. All right. So in the 30-day project, I have this one section where on the actually when you go to the website and you're looking at the lesson plan for today and this week's lesson, I give you the link to the book if you haven't purchased it yet. But I say chapter 19, day 11, and day 29. So day 11 is a quote, and I'm going to read that so you can kind of follow along. If you don't have a book yet, you'll be able to follow along. So my thoughts on business is quote 11, and this was day 11. Money slash capital is not the root of all evil. Stop saying that. Money slash capital, emotional, social, and financial capital, is often involved in every great breakthrough and accomplishment. When you realize that money is an equalizer, then you won't feel so bad about pursuing it. Dreams don't pay the bills. Cream does. Now, right now, I should cue up the Wu Tang and cash rules everything around me. Cream is money. That's what pays the bills. You have to generate some income so you can do the things that you want to do. Now, at the bottom of it, when you look at the book, I give you this quote, and then I do an interpretation of the quote. And this is the interpretation. So I'm going to read this as well. Day 11: money can't be evil. People have to stop blaming problems and situations on money and start placing the blame where it squarely belongs. Poor decisions. Can you be happy without dough? Money? Sure. But me, I'm really happy when I have money. Ask Pharrell. His net worth is $80 million. dollars. You'd walk around wearing funny hats and singing songs in falsetto if you had $80 million. dollars. As a matter of fact, if you start walking around singing songs, you probably make money and make happy part too. Stop blaming your problems on money or the lack of it. Look at your decisions. So that interpretation, when I get into that, what I'm saying is this: a lot of people blame their shortcomings on money. While I say that you have to have money to make your dreams happen, we're doing a class that's based on the idea of starting without any money. All right. So what we'll focus on is the idea of emotional and social capital. But let's go to day 29 because it's important for us to get the reading in. I know some of you guys don't have the book, like I said, so you can't read the book and then, kind of engage in the conversation. But I can at least do this and read it, and you can kind of interact with through the comment section and things like that. But all right, so day 29 or quote 29. In business, there will be a moment where you have to pay to play. At that moment, remember there are multiple forms of currency, and this is what I was explaining here. So you had day 11, and now you're on day 29. Don't be so stuck on financial capital that you overlook the emotional and social capital available to move you forward. Yes, money is important, but sometimes the emotional and social investment is a lot more powerful. So that's the quote at the top, and then at the bottom is the interpretation, day 29. Now I have to read it exactly the way it is in the book. This is almost a final quote. It covers some ground I've presented before, but I feel that as the next to the last one, it is pretty important. There are three types of capital in my world. Now, this is also in other people's world. You can look it up and research it. Financial, emotional, and social capital. Each is equally valuable. I'm talking to all entrepreneurs here. One, stop being afraid to pay people for what they know. Conferences are not a waste of time, and time isn't free. What makes you think that you can get paid for a business, but you don't have to pay to learn or get started? That's very important. Two, social and emotional currency / capital are just as valuable as financial capital. If you know how to do something better than someone, leverage that to work with the person you admire or want to learn from. Stop ending relationships over money. This is one of those quotes that section, that interpretation in the book is very important for those of us who are starting out at zero. When you don't have funds, you have skills that are available to you. So you can sit down and do what? You can leverage those skills in lieu of money. So stop ending relationships over money. All right. And those are the two quotes there. And then it gets to the 30th quote. But day 11 and day 29, that's what we're addressing here. Now, last week, I forgot to say, hey, these are the 3 books that you guys need. All right. Well, you know the books that you have to have. You get the books, then you'll be able to do a lot of things without me, and you can move ahead in the course outline. But it's going to help you a lot. I'm not saying that just because I want to sell books. I'm telling you because you've read, you've heard 2 different quotes, and those quotes are good, powerful quotes out of the book. But what we failed to do last week, where we did the introduction, is to establish the level of individual entrepreneurs. If you're entering this and you watched the week 1 video, we didn't do it there, so we're doing it right now. So we're going to establish the level of individual entrepreneurs. That means you out there who are watching, pick your level, and that's where you are. And this is the progression through the levels as I interpret them. The dream stage. I'm going to put it in a caption so you can see it. You've been dreaming about starting a business, but you are unsure of what you want to do. That's the dream stage. 2, the launch stage. You've dreamed about it, and you now know what business you want to get in, but you don't know where to start. That's the idea stage. Okay. 3. Did I say 3? I said idea stage or launch stage. I apologize. That's the idea stage. So you have the dream stage, then you have the idea stage, and then you have the launch stage. So that's 3. Launch stage. You already have your business, but you are looking to build a stronger foundation. For example, you need to add a website. Now that's going to come later in the class. And last week I posted an additional lesson from Troy Johnson at AALBC, who showed you how to build a website or how to register for a domain and hosting, and how to build a website in a very short video, a very succinct video. It was good. But for example, you need to add a website for your business or improve your existing platform. So let's read that launch stage all together. Number 3, launch stage. You already have a business, but you are looking to build a stronger foundation. For example, you need to add a website for your business or improve your existing platform. 4, the growth stage. Your business needs an infusion of new blood. Selling through your website is an option, but you don't know how to set up an e-commerce platform, and you don't know how to get traffic to your site. That's the growth stage. Now we have to go into greater detail. You definitely need to ask questions. If you are already at the growth stage and you're trying to figure this thing out, ask questions. The questions are going to help both you and me. Remember, this is my first time teaching this course, and I'm working through the same things that you are. The expansion stage. It's the 5th one. The expansion stage. You need to find funds for your business to take the next step, or you need to reassess the direction and goals for your business. All right. That's the expansion stage. Now, on the course outline, what we were getting into this week is discussing the fundamentals of financial management, including balance sheets, income statements, cash flow statements. Now, on the course outline, I give you some information about what happened to me. Now, I'm going to give you a link to an old "What Did I Do Right Now? What I'm doing right now" video, so you can see the big mistake that I made, and it's pretty important for me to put that link in here. So I'll add a card later with a link for you to click through and watch that video. But there are basically fundamentals of financial management that you need to learn before you start a business. So what I did was basically you need balance sheets. Now, I didn't put a balance sheet in your packet. The balance sheets, some of you guys may decide to use an Intuit program or some type of program that's going to manage your money and show you how to balance your checkbooks. We all know how to do these kind of things. But what I thought was the most important aspect was for you guys to see a monthly projection sheet. And so I took the time this afternoon and recorded a short video of the desktop. And you guys can get this monthly projection sheet by email. So you have to email me and I'll forward you the monthly projection sheet, the one that you'll see in this video that I'm going to add in here. And I'll get back to that in a second, but I'm going to skip down and go to the rest of the course outline. Now, the next question was, is what you are doing really needed? Does it have to be needed to be successful? I think this is one of those questions where we talk about entrepreneurship and the fact that you have to be passionate about what you're doing. Sometimes you don't have to be passionate to make money. You simply have to have the right product and people have to need or want that product. So sometimes it's not about a business being needed. Sometimes it's about opportunity. A lot of the times, if you're looking at starting a business, you may not be able to come up with something that solves a problem, but you may be able to get an item that people want and they'll buy it from you. I think that's just as valuable. If you have access to a certain thing that people will get or people want, then it's okay. Like I sell shoes. Do people need shoes? Yeah, but some of the shoes that I sell, people don't need them. You can just get a pair of black loafers and just go to work in a pair of black loafers every day. People tend to want the shoes that I'm selling. So I sell a lot more shoes because I have those shoes in inventory. So a business doesn't have to necessarily be needed to be successful, or it doesn't have to solve a problem. Now, those businesses that solve a problem, I think, tend to have more staying power and less of an influx of a lot of people doing the same thing. So if you are solving a problem, then yeah, you're going to have a business that may be more sustainable than someone else. Apple solves problems in technology, therefore Apple's a huge company. That's just kind of the way it works, right? So you guys are going to have to send me an email to get the monthly projection sheets. I'm going to insert that video here, so it's going to make our video about 6 or 7 minutes long. You'll follow through it because what I do in that video is I talk and I show you the desktop through the process of choosing to sell something, finding out what the going price of it is, and then doing a monthly projection for how much you think you may make on that product. So I'm inserting the video here, and then I'm going to come back after and we're going to close it out. Hopefully you guys are subscribing. Please send me questions and let me know what's going on with what you're working on so we can do a little bit more of an interaction. I did a Google Hangout today with another business person and it was great. So I'd really like to get the, people engaging in the class. I like to get the numbers up, and that way we can do a Google Hangout and you can, it'll be a whole lot more interactive. You can ask questions, everybody that's in the Google Hangout, but that's down the line. So I'm inserting that monthly projection video in right here. And then the video is going to end. I'm not going to come back and sign off and do all of that other stuff. I'll go ahead and put the subscribe down right here, right now. So click that subscribe button. And I appreciate you guys for following along. Next week, we're going to get into a little bit about needing a website. So that's next Wednesday. We'll get back into it. I appreciate you guys for checking it out. And come back. Check out the next 7 minutes. Video's going in right now. All right, I had to bounce back real quick. Sorry about trying to end that. I was getting ready to put the video in. And when I put it in, I realized that inserting it into the movie program distorted the video. So I'm going to add the video by itself. I'm going to upload it to YouTube so you'll be able to watch the video on the monthly projection sheet. by itself, and I'm going to put a card so you can click on that link to go and watch that video. So click that link, go and watch that video, and we'll get back to it next week. Looking forward to week 3, and hopefully you guys will start writing some questions and stuff like that. So this is the real end of the video now. Go down here and click this link. Go and watch the monthly projection video. I'll add them both to the website, and we'll just come back and we'll keep it going. Appreciate you guys. Holla next week. Peace.